Welcome to this Arnold Clifford tutorial for modern daily knitting on changing colours in marled knitting. This tutorial is part of a series to accompany the patterns in MDK Field Guide number 19, Marls. All of the patterns in this beautiful field guide have been designed by the amazing Cecelia Campochiaro. A marl is when you work with more than one strand of yarn at the same time. So you can see here on my needles, I've got 2 strands of the blue yarn attached to my work. And one of the really fun things about doing marled knitting is that you can change up combinations of yarns. So you can work with 2 strands of yarns of the same colour, but you can also use strands of yarns of different colours, and then they get these beautiful marled combinations here where it's just random how the colours appear in the fabric, and you can have hours of fun changing up yarns one at a time. All of the designs in this field guide use the marling technique, and today I'm going to show you the Striped Marl Hat, which is what I've got on my needles, and that's going to be what we use to show you how to change from one colour to the next. And you're going to love this because it is so incredibly straightforward. So here I am coming to the end of my round, and at the beginning of the next round I want to start changing over to the new marl combination, which is going to be 1 pink and 1 blue. So I'm going to just work to the end of the round with the 2 strands of blue. Stick my needle in the next stitch just to hold the stitch marker on, and then I bring my pink, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail at the back, and I'm going to use my hand to hold on to that tail so that I have some tension. And I'm going to pick up all 3 strands of yarn now, 1 pink and 2 blue, and I'm going to work 6 stitches with all 3 yarns. Okay, there I've done 6 stitches with all 3 yarns, and now all I have to do is take off one of my strands of blue. Now you may have balls of different sizes according to the pattern instructions, but mine are the same. And I'm just going to break that one strand off, leaving a bit of a tail again. And then I can go merrily on my way with my 2 strands, 1 pink and 1 blue. So I did promise you it was easy, and it really is easy. All you have to do is work 6 stitches with all 3 strands. So you join in the new one, work 6 stitches with all 3, and then you break off the old one at the end of that. So if you have a look here in my knitting, here are the 6 stitches down here where I changed earlier, and honestly you cannot tell that they have an extra strand of yarn worked in them. Once you've finished knitting your hat, or whichever project you're working on, you can completely just wash and block your project and then trim these tails on the wrong side of the work. And I would suggest trimming them so that you leave a little tab about like that, just so that the end doesn't pop through to the right side of the work. And you can just trim them, that's completely fine. If you'd like a little bit more of a belt and braces approach, because obviously it is joined in over a period of 6 stitches already, the other option is that you weave in the ends a little bit, and I'll just show you briefly how to do that. I've threaded the pink tail onto my tapestry needle, and that yarn was being used to knit along here, and this is where it stopped. So I'm not going to carry on in the same direction. I'm going to bring it back in that opposite direction because that will keep it more secure. And all I'm going to do, it comes out of the bottom of that pearl bump there. I'm just going to bring it under and up through the next one along, back down through the one after that, and I'm just going to weave it up and down through a couple of those pearl bumps on the rear of the work. And then once it's washed and blocked, that end can be trimmed. As I said, you don't necessarily need to do this, but if you want some extra reassurance that your ends are completely locked in and not going to go anywhere, then that would be how I would suggest doing it. Here's how the wrong side of that 6 stitch colour change looks once I've woven those ends in and given them a bit of a trim. And if you look at it on the right side, obviously it's completely smooth. You'd have no idea where it was happening really. I do hope that that video has given you heaps of confidence to go off and experiment with marled knitting. Changing colours really couldn't be easier. That was the Striped Marl Hat by Cecelia Campochiaro from Modern Daily Knitting's Field Guide number 19, Marls, and you'll find links in the notes for where to buy your copy of this field guide. We have lots more tutorials, hints and tips over on our website. Do click the link up here to go and visit and explore, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you're sure not to miss our next video tutorial. And you can find the button for that down here. Thanks ever so much for watching. Bye bye.